Okay, hello everyone. Our presentation is called chemical digestion, how the body breaks food into absorbable nutrients. Chemical digestion is an important process that allows our body to obtain nutrients from the food we eat. Throughout this presentation, we will look at how the carbohydrate, protein, and fats are digested and absorbed. Before discussing chemical digestion, it is important to understand the difference between chemical and mechanical digestion. Mechanical digestion is a physical breakdown of food, such as chewing and stomach mixing. Chemical digestion uses enzymes to break large food molecules into the smaller molecules that can be absorbed by the body. As so, in the AMA, mechanical digestion breaks food into smaller pieces, while chemical digestion changes the chemical structure of food using enzymes such as amylase, pepsin, and lipase. They are the four major functions of the digestive system. First is secretion, which release enzyme, acid, bile, and mucus. Second is digestion, where food is broken down mechanically and chemically. Third is absorption, where nutrients move into the bloodstream. Finally, motility help move food through the digestive tract from the mouth to intestine. The diagram illustrates how food travels through the digestive system while digestion, absorption, and nutrient transport take place. The three main nutrient digested by the by the body are carbohydrate, protein, and fat. Different enzymes break down each nutrient into the smaller molecule. Carbohydrates are broken down into simple sugar, protein into amino acids, and fats into fatty acids. These smaller molecules can then be absorbed and used by the body for energy, growth, and repair.
Hello everyone. I will be discussing carbohydrate and protein digestion. Let's begin with carbohydrate digestion. As shown in this diagram, carbohydrate digestion starts in the mouth. Salivary amylase begin breaking down large starch molecule into smaller carbohydrate fragments. Um, when food reaches the stomach, carbohydrate digestion slow down because the acidic environment activates salivary amylase. This is then how enzyme activate depend on the proper pH environment. Most carbohydrate digestion occurs in the small intestine. The pancreas release pancreatic amylase, which continue breaking starch into smaller sugar. First, border enzyme on the intestinal lining then converts the sugar into glucose, fructose, and galactose. These small molecules are able to cross the intestinal wall and enter the bloodstream through the intestinal villi. Once in the blood, they can report it to cell and use for energy production. Let's move on to the protein digestion. Protein digestion begin in the stomach. HDL have killed bacteria that enter with food. It also lower the pH of the stomach and create the acidic environment needed to convert pepsinogen into pepsin. Once activated, pepsin begin breaking large protein molecule into smaller peptides. At the same time, muscular contraction called peristalsis mixed food with gastric juice, increasing contact between protein and digesting enzyme. Together, chemical digestion and mechanical digestion prepare protein for further breakdown in the small intestine. Protein digestion is not completed in the stomach. Most protein digestion occur in the small intestine, which bring us to our next slide. The pancreas release digestive enzyme, including uh, trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptide, uh, carboxypeptide. Uh, this enzyme continue hydrolyzing peptide bond and progressively reduce protein into smaller peptide and eventually individual amino acids. As shown in the flowchart, protein are converted from large polypeptide to short peptide and finally into amino acid. Amino acids are small enough to be absorbed through the intestinal epithelium and enter the bloodstream. Once absorbed, amino acids can be used for protein synthesis, tissue repair, muscle growth, enzyme production, and hormone production. In summary, the goal of chemical digestion is break large food molecule into small absorbable unit. Carbohydrate are ultimately converted into monosaccharide and protein are converted into amino acids, allowing nutrition to enter the protein bloodstream and support normal body function. Next, we will move on to the fast digestion, and my group member will continue this section.
Okay, thank you for that presentation. Now we're going to move on to slide 8. It's going to be fat digestion. Let's talk about fat digestion. The first step is called emulsification. The bile salts break large fat droplets and turn them into like smaller droplets. This increases the surface area and it makes fats easier to digest. After that, pancreatic lipase gets to work and breaks triglycerides down into fatty acids and monoglycerides. Now these smaller, not as big molecules can then be absorbed by the body. And once they're absorbed, they're basically used for energy or really used even for storage. Okay, now we're moving on to slide 9, which is pancreatic support. This slide is going to highlight the important role of the pancreas. Now the pancreas releases bicarbonate, which helps neutralize the acidic food that comes up from the stomach. Now this protects the small intestine and creates the perfect or right environment for digestive enzymes to function. Now I guess as an example, a simple meal that I could use here would be rice, chicken, and some avocado. Now amylase helps break down the carbohydrates in rice, pepsin and trypsin digest the proteins in chicken, and bile along with lipase helps break down the fats in the avocado. Now together, these processes allow our bodies to absorb nutrients efficiently. Now for the final slide here, I'm just going to want to conclude things. To wrap everything up, chemical digestion is essential because it breaks large food molecules into smaller nutrients that our bodies can go and absorb. Now this process relies on specialized enzymes, and these target carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. The final products of digestion are glucose from carbs, amino acids from proteins, and fatty acids that come from fats. Without chemical digestion, these nutrients couldn't enter the bloodstream, which means our cells wouldn't get the energy and materials they need in order to function. So overall, digestion is what allows us to turn food into usable energy and nutrients that keep us alive and healthy. Now thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope this helped explain how chemical digestion works and why it is so important for the body. Thank you.